I went looking for places to draw off energy that hopefully won't compete with the draw it off in parallel, maybe. Hopefully won't compete with the operation of the circuit and the loads that I put over here they're really not loads. They're like these guys. They're just regulators in that they help build up voltage in here. But if I go looking for a place, the best place to go looking turns out to be inside these switch capacitors. Any one of them is an ample location. For instance, if I go over here, well, I'll just show you. See, I looked at all of the resistors on either side, on the outside. If I can get this to come up. I got some spikes. They're nice, but no more than less than 360,000 amps. Or is that, no, that's volts. So nothing really to write home about. But if I go to if I go to one of these, let's see, which one should I pick? How about this one? And then I take this resistor inside. Now I got some spikes that on the negative leg, it's 160 gigavolts. So any one of those, I'll show you which one I mean. Any one of either this resistor or this resistor, not these two, either one of these has the potential for giving us lots of volts and lots of amps. And I'll show you what I mean by how much. And it could be in any one of these three locations, so that's 6 possibilities. I'll show you what I mean by how much. If I can bring it up. 200 teravolt. Okay, just one example. This is R5, the voltage of R5 in SC2. So I think that's the right-hand one, in the middle one. And then square waves of all things. Look at this, stepping upwards. You know, a semblance of square waves. True, it has a big spike there that's going up to 3 megavolts, but they're square waves of all things. Who would have ever thought? These square waves are underneath 1 megavolt. Who would have ever thought? And rising. This is at 463 picoseconds. So they gotta go a ways to go to keep going upwards. And then over on R5 in the R5 in SC2 and the R5 in SC3, the amperage, nice little spikes pointing downwards like a diode, just reaching 225,000 amps. I mean, it doesn't get much better than this, does it? So, I mean, these are humongous. 200 teravolts? Anybody want to deal with 200 teravolts? Woo! Just thought I kind of... So this is the kind of things I've been looking at. And this is all because of the fact that switch capacitors drain to ground each half of their cycle. And the cycle that I modified, or that I found to be appropriate, is 2.99939. It's 2.999 e to the 10th power hertz. So if 9, let's see, kilo, mega, giga. So if 9 is giga, then this would be an extra 0. So it's 29.99 gigahertz, which is just slightly less than the 30. No, it's actually 10 times less than the 300 gigahertz that this circuit is running at. But it's slightly more than 10 times. Ever so slightly. I just had to find that exact sweet spot, shall we say, in which the sample time for the switch capacitors is a little bit more than 10 times slower than the frequency that is being fed into the circuit up here by the radio tuner. So it's like unbelievable. This is like, good grief, you know? And, you know, look at this. We've got giga, and that's the other enhancement. It's really good. It puts gigavolts on the node voltages on so many of these switching capacitors, on all three of them, on either side of all three of them. And the secret is, if I can get the cursor to work, is putting 1 mega ohm resistor in front of the 1 Henry inductive load and the 10 farad capacitor load. So 1 mega ohm resistor seems to work really good bunching up giga down below here. And nothing's inverted. All the switching capacitors are normal phase relation in terms of what their normalcy is. So I didn't change that. I only changed the parameters of the switching capacitors. So why don't I go over that again? I can find where to bring it up. Where are you? Here we are. So the parameters is 10 microfarads on the capacitor. Sampling time defaults to this, but I modified it. And then the off resistance, of course, is humongous, and the on resistance is nice and teensy, so that there's no leakage. So they don't come that way. Oh, all right, I should get you what the default is. I did promise you that, and I forgot. I got so busy talking about yoga in the last video. Here we go, the library. Library of Congress. No, let's see, which... Now, where are they? Here we go. Is it down here? Where are you? Da-da-da. Nope, that's not it. So, I have to go way, way down. That's number 4. Here we go. Alright, maybe I should back away here. Alright, so the default parameters is 10 picofarads on the capacitor, and the sample time is 100 kilohertz, and the off resistance is 1 mega ohm, and the on resistance is 1 ohm. So that's the default condition for this thing, and obviously I changed it to something more suitable for me. So yeah, buildable? Maybe not, since most people don't build their own switch capacitor. But who knows, maybe somebody has already done so. Who knows? Anyway.